what is going down with you guys? Izzy Man's Monarch back again because you know how I do it. Now, the problem with RWBY Volume 7, Chapter 9. We finally got this shit landing straight into the history books. Now, the problem with a lot of this is, like, the more I've looked at this episode and tried to, record, the typical kind of review for it, I found myself not being able to actually do it because there's not so much I can sit there and review, more so point out. And this is the major problem of all those truth bombs that we got revealed. All those? Yeah, no one took anything from it. No one. Literally, no one took a single L. Literally, this is like just about everything wrong with this episode and just about this volume thus far. That the fact of our heroes tried to be on this moral high ground and the series is letting it work for whatever reason, and then when shit actually comes out and the cat is literally out of the bag, like they put Blake in a bag and literally had her crawl out, everything was just perfectly fine, barely an inconvenience, everything was just normal as it was. We finally get the end of Ironwood's trial, only to basically begin the shot glasses of immediate truth bombs that we have to take down our throats and watch explode. Because we first get the end of the trial and then see Weiss bust in on some objection shit, like she was part of the game of From Phoenix Wright. Now, the issue with a lot of this comes into the factor of, my god, one, why was Willow not the one to reveal this? I mean, I get it, she was basically just like, fuck it, and wasn't really trying to do much, but this possibly could have been Willow, revealing it and throwing her own husband under the bus, which would have been so much more funny. But Weiss comes in, basically reveals everything that Jacques has been doing with Watts, and, it goes from Ironwood being put on blast to Jacques being put on blast and then blasted out. Everyone just starts laying into this man. And honestly, finally, this was the only thing that actually has someone deal with the consequences to the bullshit that he has done. Everyone else? Nope, no one gets touched. Literally, no one at all. Because after everyone's done laying into Jacques, it's kind of revealed that Robin knew that the communication tower was eventually gonna go up and everything that was sort of involved with it. And Iron looks at her like, oh, you knew? Yeah, it's not really expanded on how she knew, and she doesn't really kind of reveal how on the factor of, yeah, it was Blake and Yang who told her, and with the whole revealing of Robin Simmons being that of a lie detector. And that was one of the major things. That was strike one, just not taking any sort of consequence to this. Then, when Ironwood has to then tell the truth about what was going on and possibly telling them about Salem 2, nothing. The man that literally was holding 2 seats in the council, and the fact that this man was not able to do a lot, which was actually still a fact, regardless if that was just, Jacques putting Ironwood on blast. It was still a fact that he was barely able to accomplish much, and shit was just going downhill since the start of the volume. He still hasn't accomplished much, has barely anything to show for it, and shit is already getting worse. There's still some sort of consequence that I believe should be taken to this point. And then the big one that basically just fucks all of it. After they get word on the Grim attack that is happening down in Mantle because Jacques majorly fucked up, gave Watts the keys to the back door, the rest of the bullshit of Atlas security that he didn't have, if he already didn't have it already, yeah, that basically allowed the Grim to bust in and destroy a lot of shit by this point. We haven't seen Mantle at this point, but we can already assume that a lot of the Grimm are starting to wreck shit, and even though the military have their ships, they can't really, like, go in there guns a-blazing without risk of trying to destroy the city or killing someone in the process. So now the hunters gotta go down, and while they're doing so, we get the small scene between Oscar and RWBY, and the factor of, oh, right, now, after all of the bullshit with not telling him anything, trying to question whether he was trustworthy or not, and after things just went from bad to worse, after Penny getting framed and now having her innocence finally proven, and so many people being murdered by a scorpion man, yep, it's finally time. It's finally time to tell Ironwood the truth about, like, what we learned back in Volume 6. Finally tell him that Salem is immortal and a bunch of other shit that Ozpin hid from us. It is finally time to tell him, while everything could not possibly get any worse. It's finally time to tell him. And you know what happens? Well, I was thinking, finally, RWBY is gonna hold her own L. She's gonna go in there and take it. She's finally gonna tell Ironwood. But then she doesn't. She has to be sent down to deal with the shit down in Mantle and help the others. I kind of already had this feeling that it would need to be Oscar to tell Ironwood. That's fine. I already kind of called it. I wish it would have happened back in episode 2, back when, they were just gonna go down and, deal with the Ghost Grimm. Oscar would tell Ironwood off screen and just, like, blast straight into RWBY. By the time, like, they got back from the mission, I would have preferred that, but hey, we're getting it like this. The moment Oscar tells Ironwood, yeah, Salem's immortal and shit, like, his reaction, honestly, it's what I would expect. 100% is what I would expect. My issue was the factor of he went from, oh my god, to immediate, well, we just gotta protect what's in front of us now. Fuck, just, wow. Oh well, just gotta protect what's in front of us. And I'm like, okay, no. I get it. Priorities. But something like this, that was known since the very beginning, no. You do not sit there and try to hide that. You don't. That is something that should have been the biggest moment to have ramifications paid for your stupidity and not telling anyone anything. That is the moment where you actually have a character literally hold an L for the rest of the season. Since they've been holding this in for so long, you finally have the opportunity to actually have the characters learn anything. But no, you don't do that. You don't do that. You literally don't. You basically just sit there and be like, well, okay, she's immortal. New plan. That's it. I mean, you already had to make a new plan from the start. You basically already did. 100%. There was no way that you could really stick to the same shit, especially after what's already happened. But, again, to be fair, you wouldn't have had to rearrange some shit if you already had certain knowledge going in. And that is the major thing. We finally have the reveal of great hypocrisy, and it's just none of it. We finally have a moment where, it's revealed that classified information got leaked. No one pays for it. Literally no one. We had the reveal that, why communication starting to really go up in a hurry and who our enemy is. That got hidden for a while, and none of it. This episode was just littered with basically everything that got dropped. People should have known and had every actual right to get pissed about and actually go on a tangent during the episode. Looking at you, Nora, because your shit honestly wasn't even that justified looking back at it. Yeah, no. It basically put us at a point where if the main characters weren't really trying to be on their moral high ground, we actually would have had a more progressed Volume 7 to begin with. So, but I'm actually curious, what do you guys think? What are your thoughts on, all those truth bombs getting dropped and no one paying for any of it? no one paying for a single thing that was revealed whatsoever when everything was just put out in the open. Like I said, I'm glad that Jacques finally got what was coming to him. Please, actually, I really want you guys to like literally just applaud for like Jacques' defeat in the comments. Just literally applaud that one good moment that this episode had, and that a lot of this volume's payoff finally had. We finally got Jacques Schnee in cuffs. He's in cuffs and he's going to jail. We got him, Chief. We finally got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. He's going to the big house. He's done. And also, this episode finally gave us the one thing that, a lot of people were probably wondering. Okay, when in the hell do Cinder and Neo finally arrive to Atlas? There. Bam. End of the episode, we had this like mysterious kind of waitress looking lady, and boom, appeared. I already had my suspicions that this chick was not exactly who she was kind of putting herself out there to be, but yeah, by the end of the episode, we see her kind of like walk in this sort of weird, joyful way. It looked oddly familiar. Then she like transforms back, revealed Neo. And so we finally have Neo and Cinder there. And she asks like, oh, you're back early. So, were you able to find what we were looking for? My guess is more than likely the maiden. I have to go ahead and say the maiden. Because I don't see her just being like, oh, just look for the vault. Don't even look for the maiden, just the vault. 100%. Don't even bother looking for that shit. Just the vault. You're gonna need the maiden first. And even if you really didn't need both, it's always been Cinder's sort of thing that she's been mostly going after the maidens, kind of like hunting them down like the tail beast in fucking Naruto. Basically just like hunting down each one, just stealing the chakras and shit, and just feeding it to the ghetto statue. Only in this case it's just Cinder just absorbing power for herself and trying to take the Staff of Creation at this point, which is basically serving as the Master Emerald to Angel Island sort of sense. Which I'm already calling, someone's gonna remove that and the shit's about to drop like a bitch. 100. But actually this now opens up a new possibility for a character battle. And I want to get you guys' thoughts on what would possibly happen now that if Neo and Cinder are going to go after the Winter Maiden. Do you believe that Winter is going to intervene at the last possible second and be like, nah fam, you thought. And we'll have a moment of possibly Cinder versus Winter, or a very unfair battle between Neo and Cinder versus Winter. What do you guys think the outcome of that battle is going to be if it does happen? And if it does happen, do you see something happening in the Crossfire where the maiden power does go to Winter and it's like a maiden on maiden battle, or do you see something else happening to the maiden powers? So like, what are your thoughts on that in the comments below, and what are your thoughts on all the truth bombs being dropped and no one paying for a single damn one of them, which I kind of really call bullshit too? And what do you guys think of Ironwood's reaction to the final truth bomb being that of, the final reveal of Salem just being immortal and can't die? What do you guys think of Ironwood's reaction to that? Should there have been a bit more? I definitely do think that, but let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. And that's really gonna do it for me. If you want more info on the channel, get all the juicy updates as we progress through the channel, definitely follow me on Twitter. I will leave a link to that in the description below. And if you actually want to check me out live while I'm on a bit of gaming action, definitely check me out on Twitch. I'll leave a link to that in the description below as well, because you're definitely going to want to check that good shit out, because everyone wants to like gather around and like watch some video games get played. Maybe jump in yourself if I'm actually doing some online multiplayer shit. And for that, well, after that, hit a like and definitely subscribe as well to definitely help out the channel, because we gotta grow that Monarch Empire, guys. We really need to rise up. So, I'll be seeing you guys later.